Hello, Grant Griffiths here with the Keller Group of Charles Rutenberg Realty. Today we will be discussing the top 10 tips for first-time homebuyers and also a review of Heather Keller's book of 27 mistakes first-time homebuyers make and how to avoid them. For your free copy, click the link below. In today's discussion, we will be discussing owning versus renting, needs versus desires, your first home loan, budget, hiring a buyer's agent, searching for the right home, making an offer, hiring an attorney, performing the inspection, and eventually the closing. So when we start owning versus renting, it really depends on where you're at in your life. If you are someone who wants to get up as they please and travel and don't want to be committed, tied down to one place, then owning a home probably isn't the best idea for you. Okay, if you are possibly in between jobs or haven't yet settled on a career and don't have a stable income, then owning a home may not be for you. Okay, however, if you are looking to put down roots, if you have a family that would like the stability of a home and the personal space that you're able to customize, make your own, then owning a home may be for you. Okay, so once you've decided that owning a home is what you would like to do, then you need to discuss and figure out what your needs versus your desires are. So some common needs of a home are particular areas, specifically within certain school districts or proximities to workplaces. Okay, in addition to location, bedrooms and bathrooms. Okay, whether or not those homes have basements or how big the yards are. Just really a high-level overview of exactly what you're looking at a home. Some desires that come about possibly are if there is a pool in the backyard, or if the home has been updated with the newest quartz countertops and it's not granite. Those would be considered some desires, although they're not essential in the home buying process. They may be for you. There could be some alternatives to make yourself fit into a particular home, and you can customize that. You can get it to however you want for the right price, but you really have to decide what your needs are, what your desires are, and if they don't correlate with one another, if you cannot find that home, then you either have to lower your expectations or you need to raise your budget and fork over the dough for exactly what you want. Third is the home loan. Definitely consult a professional mortgage lender. We have excellent referrals for you, and there are fantastic programs available now, especially for first-time homebuyers. The Illinois Housing and Development Association came out with a program for first-time homebuyers that offers them as little as 1% down. Now, depending on your situation, that may or may not be the best fit. That is an option, as well as the VA has amazing programs that offer 0% down. And really, you just have to decide what your monthly investment is going to be into that mortgage, into the home, and then decide from there, how much you're willing to go moving forward. Fourth is the budget. So in order to determine your budget, how much you're willing to spend monthly on your mortgage, first outline your current monthly fixed expenses, okay? And don't put your current rent in there. Figure out exactly where you are on a monthly basis and then determine what your budget should be based upon the income you have left over, okay? And always remember to calculate the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, the PITI. And I hate to use this word, but Zillow Mortgage has a fantastic app that you can plug and chug the numbers of particular homes. So you just add the purchase price, your down payment, what the taxes are, what you want to pay in insurance, and it will spit out the monthly payment for you. Also remember that some homes and most townhomes have HOA fees, homeowner association fees. Some have what's known as a special service assessment, SSA, and that's most of the time included in your tax bill, but always remember to add those in as well, because those could be deal breakers depending on where your budget is and what you want to spend. Next is hiring a buyer's agent. They are free to you, and they are your eyes and ears on the transaction, okay? We're in this market, in this business all day, every day, and it's probably safe to say that you are not. And so there are things that we see and that we know that you just clearly won't think of because you're not in the day-to-day process like we are. So definitely hire a buyer's agent. Again, nothing to you. They know the ins and outs of the process and have the contacts in order to make a smooth transaction and to put you at ease as well. Okay, next is searching for the right home. So once you have your agent picked out, they will set you up with an auto search, figure out exactly what you want based upon your criteria. Okay, and then once you start to see homes, you'll get a better feel of exactly what you're looking for. And once you do see homes that you like, maybe you put in an offer and you want to see how it goes, you want to drive past the home and neighborhood at different days and different times. You'd be surprised at how active or non-active a particular neighborhood or home is, depending on certain times of day. So definitely consider that, especially if it's right around a school zone. Maybe you don't want to deal with the traffic at certain times of days. If it's at, a certain part of town and you may be on the fence whether or not, there is certain activities going on in the evening and later at night, drive by there during those times to really get a feel for yourself of what you can expect after you move in. And finally on that, also have your agent do a property history report. They can look on the MLS and see whether or not if a home has been contingent or under contract before, and if so, why was that? There could be numerous reasons, from the buyer's financing fell through to something that popped up in the inspection, and the agent may be able to tell your agent what happened and then relay that to you to kind of save you time down the process, or put some more negotiating power back on your side. Next is making an offer. So once you find a home that you love, you want to make an offer. Your agent will help you to determine the best, price to do so. Okay, and you definitely want to consider the comps that have sold in the area. You can also take a look at the absorption rate based upon homes that are on the market to homes that have sold. And also take a look at the days on market. That will determine most likely how motivated a seller is, and it could give you more negotiating power to figure out exactly why they're trying to sell and why they're not selling. So if a home has been on the market for 120 days as opposed to 7, the home that's been on the market for 120 days, I bet is probably more motivated to sell than the one that's been on for 7 days. So definitely consider days on market. Once you do have an offer, it's been submitted and executed, that's when, if you haven't before reached out to an attorney, is to definitely get your attorney involved and make sure they know what is going on, that you have the executed contract. Once both parties have executed the contract, that is when the attorney review period starts. And so that's when the due diligence starts. That's when you perform the inspection, and you're only allotted a certain amount of time to do that before it runs out. So definitely get your attorney involved. Again, we have excellent referrals that we'd love to be able to help represent you as well. So get the attorney involved once the contract has been executed. Okay, the 9th point is the inspection. Okay, 100% of the time you want to get an inspection on the home. You can only see and do so much when you walk through, okay? But when you have a professional inspector come through, they look over that with a fine-tooth comb, every nook and cranny. They get on the roof, they get in the crawl space, in the attic, and check every outlet and just do anything and everything they can to find what's wrong with the home. Now, don't be alarmed. Every home has some issues with it, and that's perfectly normal, but really you just want to see what the major issues are. If there's any structural issues, if there's any major electrical hazards they see, any fire hazards possibly, if there's any mold in the home, they will be able to uncover that. So again, we have excellent referrals and contacts for your inspection needs as well. Finally, once the inspection has been concluded, everything is good to go, then the closing process starts and you will determine a closing date depending on your attorney's schedule. And part of those closing fees that you're going to pay include an appraisal, a survey, title fees, attorney fees, and then in Illinois there are many state and county and also local municipality fees as well. So your attorney can provide what's called a net sheet. We'll go over the exact amounts that you would owe on the transaction. So definitely ask for that if you're a numbers oriented person, or if you just want to know how much you're going to spend at closing and the cash you need to close. You will need to see that net sheet in order to determine how much cash you need to close and what exactly you're paying for and how much. So in conclusion, the 10 tips for first-time home buyers include the owning versus renting. Figure out where you're at in your life and decide to move on or not. Second, your needs and desires. Distinguish those two. Third, your first home loan. There's many options out there. Consult with your mortgage lender. Fourth is your budget. Figure that out. Don't forget the PITI. Hiring a buyer's agent. Searching for the right home. Making an offer. Getting your attorney involved. Having an inspection. And then finally, the closing fees. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out. Otherwise, for your free copy of the 27 mistakes first-time homebuyers make and how to avoid them, click on the link below. Thanks and have a great day.